All right. Hello, everyone. If you're here, say hi. Okay. Welcome to our live. I hope everyone is having a great What day is it today? Wednesday. Huh? Yeah, Wednesday. Okay. As you guys know, Office 2024 is officially launched, officially released, and I hope you guys are as excited as I am to go through all of the new features, right? Um, if you're here, say hi. Don't be shy, okay? So we can have a little, interaction with our chat here. Okay, of course, don't forget to follow us on our social media, on our Expert Zone Facebook, as well as our YouTube channel. Okay, so I'll be trying my best to consistently have new videos up. You guys follow and do check it out. Okay, so for today's session, I'm going to share a little bit on some new features of our Office 2024. All right. So if you are not a user or you're considering to make a purchase, go ahead and, check it out. And I think it's pretty interesting. Okay. So I'm going to just do a little presentation style type of stream. Okay. Let me go into this. Okay. So Microsoft Office. Okay. Introducing the new Microsoft Office 2024. Okay, and this is basically for those who want the classic Office apps. All right, and if you're just using Office itself, for example, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Outlook, and that's it, then this is for you. All right, and if you are someone who is looking for something a little bit extra, all right, maybe you can consider the Microsoft 365 personal subscription, but that's another story, okay? And that's not the focus here. So the focus today is for Office 2024. So the previous 2021 version is basically what Microsoft has launched in 2021. So this is the newer update. Okay, so what's different? All right, of course, there are improved performance and features. All right, and in terms of organizing, in terms of accessibility, you get to do a lot more with the 2024. All right, but no worries. All right, I'll go through a little bit one by one. Okay, so let's have a look here. What's different right off the bat? Okay, is definitely the name. All right. Anyhow, home and student previously for 2021 is not just for students. All right. I think there was a little bit of misunderstanding there. Okay. For let's say for myself, I'm obviously no longer a student. All right. But can I use Office Home and Student previously? Of course I can. All right. But for this, for 2024, it's no longer called Home and Student. It's just called Home. Okay, and this is very perfect for, if you want to have this in your own PC to use the Office apps, or maybe in a school setting for like a library, for example. So this is a one-time purchase for one PC or Mac, and you'll get all the classic desktop versions of Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. All right, and if you're looking to use Outlook, then you can consider Home and Business. Okay, so if you have the previous version, which is something like Office Home and Student 2021, then you will not be able to receive the automatic upgrade to Office 2024. Okay, so there's no upgrade for that. However, if you're looking for, the latest benefits or the latest security updates, then that would actually be Microsoft 365 subscription. Okay, so if you're curious whether your device is compatible for Office 2024, here's a list of the basic requirements. All right, so of course, we do recommend you to be using Windows 11 or even Windows 10. But however, I do recommend Windows 11 because Windows 10 will actually be out of support very, very soon. All right, so do upgrade to Windows 11 if possible, so that you can always stay updated with all of these security updates as well. Okay, so there are a few requirements here in terms of the processors as well. All right, memory for Windows and for Mac, okay, 4 gig RAM. All right, you can see some things are a little bit similar for Windows or Mac PC. However, for hard disk, for Windows, you require minimum 4 gig, all right, 4 gig of available disk space, and for Mac, it would be 10 gig. All right, so Microsoft account is required. All right, so if you haven't yet, okay, it's a free account, get one. All right, so no worries. On the prompt where they ask you to sign in, you can just click create now, create new, sorry. Create new, all right, and you will be able to get your new Microsoft account. Okay, and definitely when the internet access is required, okay, for the time being. Okay, so what's new in Office 2024? Okay, there's a lot of updates in terms of performance updates. There are feature updates and also new functions. Okay, and improved accessibility. And if you're not aware, a lot of Microsoft products and a lot of the apps as well also do have accessibility features. All right, so you guys can also check out your accessibility in your Windows PC. All right, you can click the shortcut Win plus U. All right, type the Windows key, type U together, right, and it will launch accessibility, and you can see all of the accessibility features there. All right, okay, enough of that. Okay, let's go back to Office 2024. Okay, there's better session recovery in Word, there's closed captions, Cameo in PowerPoint, and a lot more. Okay, so let's begin with theme. We have themes? Yes, we do. Okay, so what's new? You have a new default Office theme. All right, so with the theme, all right, there's a default theme that has a little, uplift. Okay, and this new look applies a fluent design principle. Okay, so you may not realize it's like a big difference, but it gets a little facelift. Okay, and it looks a lot more uniform, right? We are actually very familiar with a lot of the location of where, for example, file, home, insert, draw, design, it's all there. Okay, and if you want to change something, of course, everything is there in the toolbar. But when we're talking about accessibility, there are improved accessibility tools. Did you know you can actually make your document accessible? All right, there are accessibility tools. You can see there's the accessibility toolbar on the side. All right, and it will tell you whether if it's a checker basically. It will tell you whether if your document um, meets the how do I put it? Is it accessible or not? For example, if you have your text size, your text color, contrast versus, the background. Okay, you know how some people they put like a dark background with a bright text? It's very difficult to read. Okay, it may look nice, yes, in terms of let's say following the theme of their topic or whatnot, but it's sometimes very difficult to read. All right, white text on a black background, or maybe even yellow text on a black background. Okay, sometimes it's a little bit difficult to read. Okay, so there is accessibility checker inside your apps, so it will check whether if your document, meets, these accessibility requirements. Okay, so there will be guidelines for that. Okay, so Office 2024 has added several new and improved features to make your documents, your slideshows, and even your emails more accessible to everyone else. Okay, and then of course, moving on, we can actually give a like reaction to a comment. Okay, so imagine you have a document, and then you have your colleague comments on a slide, for example, or comments on your specific paragraph. Okay, but you want to reply, but sometimes you're like, what do I reply? Okay, what am I gonna say? Should I just say noted with thanks? Or you want to acknowledge to your colleague, you want to acknowledge to Ellen that you've already responded or edited that section, for example. All right, but you don't know what to say. Okay, just give a comment. Just like, okay, just like to the comment. So at least Alan knows that you've read the comment and you've acknowledged it. So there's this like reaction. Okay, perfect for myself, especially because I'm a little bit introverted sometimes. I'm not sure what to reply, but the reaction is the perfect thing. I can just like, he's aware, I'm good, we're happy, right? Okay, so moving on to recovery. Okay, so in Word, in the new Word of 2024, this is both for Windows and for Mac, it will enable you to create content, all right, and include document recovery. Okay, so of course we all know about recovery in terms of, let's say, if your laptop suddenly crashes, or even if your laptop suddenly just runs out of battery, you forgot to charge it, and it just shuts down, for example. Okay, and you have a file. So in this, all right, of course it will be able to automatically, recover anything that is temporarily stored. Okay, so as it says here, when Word 2024 for Windows and Mac closes unexpectedly before you save your most recent changes, Word will automatically open all the documents you had opened when the process closed, allowing you to continue where you left off. So basically, this is document recovery, and you don't have to worry about not saving your file, because I'm pretty sure that happens to us a lot. Okay, somewhere along, all right, somewhere down the line, okay, we have probably had a file that has crashed and we didn't save it. Okay, but if you're looking for automatic saving, okay, that would actually be a feature if your file is on OneDrive. Because your file is stored in cloud storage, then of course your file will be automatically saving on its own while you are editing the file. Okay, but that's another feature. Okay, so that would actually be part of, if your file is on OneDrive, right? So that would be part of the Microsoft 365 subscription feature. All right, but nonetheless, with the new Office Home 2024, okay, and of course for home and business as well, you will be able to recover your files. Okay, so that's what's stated here. Okay, so enough with Word. Let's move to Excel. Okay, so what's new in the Excel 2024 for Windows and for Mac? All right, so Excel in 2024 enables you to quickly and accurately analyze data using these new features. So there's a few new features here. All right, there's dynamic charts, improved accessibility, new text and array functions, and also faster workbooks. All right, so you'll be able to see that the speed and the stability of the Excel 2024 is improved. So you have less delay, less hangups, and if you have multiple workbooks at the same time, all right, and you're doing your own calculations, right, there will actually be less delay. Okay, so you get your work done a lot faster. Okay, so moving on to the dynamic charts. Okay, so with the new Excel in 2024, you can now reference the dynamic arrays in charts to help visualize data sets in variable length. Okay, so all of these charts will automatically update to capture all of the data, all right, when it's recalculating. So you get the automatic updates. Okay, so you have all your raw data, and then you have everything fixed there. As you're changing the data, then the chart will automatically update on its own. Okay, so I think that's pretty convenient, especially because you're trying to multitask and you're working with all of the numbers on Excel. Okay, so I think this will definitely help a lot. All right, then back to accessibility again. Of course, because accessibility is available in all of the Office apps, so it's not just for Word, but in Excel as well. Okay, so accessibility help is available in the ribbon there. Okay, so the ribbon brings together, fixes for the most frequent accessibility issues. So if you have anything that the accessibility checker has cross-checked, it will actually notify you. Hey, would you like to change this so it's a bit more accessible, for example? Okay, and then moving on to the text and array functions, there's now 14 new functions in the Excel 2024. Okay, so you can see the example here, and all of these functions actually make it a lot easier to extract and split text strings. All right, and that will enable you to combine, reshape, resize, and select different arrays that with ease. So it's a lot easier, okay, when you're working with your worksheets. Okay, and then moving on with Excel, it will block any sort of XLL add-ins from the internet, just in case, if Microsoft Office has identified any potential security concerns, or if they have identified something that may be of a malware or something they feel that is a potential risk to your data. All right, so the XLL add-ins will be blocked by default. Okay, and then of course, if anything, you will also get a little pop-up to notify you about this. Okay, so enough about Excel. Okay, one of my favorite would be on PowerPoint. Okay, this is actually one of my favorite features with PowerPoint. Okay, so with the new PowerPoint in 2024, all right, you will see that you can present with Cameo. Okay, so with Cameo, basically you insert your live camera feed directly on a PowerPoint slide. Okay, very, very similar like the live stream right now. Okay, and when you have your camera there, you can, add effects, you can add a background blur, or, you can just add different transitions and everything. Okay, and I really like this sort of presentation because it actually makes it more interactive. Like I said, it's very similar like how you're looking at me right now in the live stream. Okay, you can make a larger screen, okay, cut and paste. You can change different sizes, you can change different shapes, and it makes the presentation more interactive. All right, because there's something moving there. Okay, and it's not a video, it's your Cameo. Okay, so this is actually one of my most favorite features because let's say if you are playing a presentation, a recording, and you add in this Cameo, right? Chances are maybe the people watching the recording may not know, no, it's a recording. Okay, because it's more interactive. People like to see faces. I mean, I like to see faces, right? Okay. So I hope you like to see faces too, because if you're watching this, then thank you. Okay. So moving on to PowerPoint. Again, all right, this would be creating a video in a recording studio. Okay, so you can actually record your PowerPoint presentation, whether if it's one slide or your whole presentation. And with the recording, you can capture voice, you can capture ink gestures, you can even have your Cameo inside the recording, as you can see here. All right, so you can adjust and set up your camera, set up your mic. You can have your notes in the teleprompter, as you can see on the top. Okay, all the words there. Okay, those are like your notes. So you could be reading from the teleprompter. Okay, on the top, you hit record and your presentation is recorded. Okay, so it's quite useful in a sense where maybe you want to send out some training notes or training slides, or you want to do like a little intro for a meeting, but you can't physically be there, or it's a virtual meeting, or whatever the situation is. Okay, so this is actually pretty convenient, all right, because you can record your presentation, you can save it in a video file, and then you can upload it to social media. You can even send it over through OneDrive. Okay, upload it to OneDrive and send the link out for your audience. Okay, so this is recording a video. All right, then moving on would be PowerPoint. Okay, a PowerPoint. We've been on PowerPoint. Okay, moving on is closed captions. Okay, so captions, okay, are something similar to subtitles. Okay, but now you can actually add these closed captions to your video and audio files in your presentation. Okay, so it could be any sort of, let's say, a video file that you upload to your presentation, or even your own cameo recording. So this would also be part of an accessibility feature, because if you have captions on your presentation, it makes your presentation more accessible to a larger audience. And even with people, for people with hearing disabilities, they can read the closed captions instead of fully depending on, hearing, on listening. And also those who speak other languages. Okay, those who speak other languages would be able to see their captions in their language, so they can follow through with the presentation as well. Okay, so I think this is a pretty cool feature. Okay, so that's it for PowerPoint. Out of all of the features, I think PowerPoint upgrades, I would call it an upgrade, yes. Okay, I think that's probably my most favorite out of the few. Okay, and then lastly, let's not forget Outlook. Okay, so what's new in Outlook 2024 for Windows? Okay, so there's improved search for email, calendars, and context. Okay, so there is a search bar on the top of Outlook, and you will be able to find your messages, find attachments, find context, calendar entries, anything that you type in the search bar. Okay, so searching is no longer searching for your emails, but rather a lot more like what's in your messages, or searching for context, etc. Okay, then accessibility again, whereby you can send more accessible emails. Okay, so accessibility is on the top of the ribbon. Okay, on the top there, you'll be able to see accessibility. Okay, and basically, it's very similar. All right, the accessibility checker is very similar to what you see on Word and PowerPoint and Excel as well. So it would be on the right side, and then all of the features are there. Okay, so accessibility is available in all of the Office apps. Okay, and then moving on would be options for meeting creation, for creating meetings. Okay, so when you go to create a meeting, you can actually select Teams meeting, for example, and then add in your attendees, add in your, optional attendees, what's the meeting title, start time, end time, if you want to schedule, use the scheduling assistant. All right, select the time to meet. Okay, what's the duration of the meeting, for example? Okay, and for Outlook 2024, it gives you more options while you're creating and managing the meetings. Okay, so at least if you really have like a back-to-back meetings on a daily basis, all right, it can actually, assist in, scheduling short breaks, all right, by, shortening some meetings here and there if required. Okay, and the best thing about scheduling a meeting is that it's saved in your calendar and it will automatically, send you the reminder. So nowadays, I don't know if it's a good or a bad habit, even to my friends, because I'm so used to having scheduled meetings or trainings, whether they're virtual or physical meetups or whatnot. Everything is on my calendar. So I feel so mean for saying this, but sometimes during events, not events, friend meetups, all right, I would actually ask them to send a calendar. And because I'm so used to doing that for my work, I just ask them, "Can you send me a calendar?" And they're like, "Huh? Okay, never mind." Okay, and now I was like, "I'll do it. Just give me your email." And then they're thinking, who still uses email? I'm like, I do. I do it. I need it for work because email is more for a lot of, at least for me, a lot of us is for work stuff. But I don't know how often people use email for their personal stuff. So I'm just like, never mind. Give me your email and I'll send you the calendar invite. So I just go on my Outlook and I send my friends the calendar invite and make sure that they get reminded a day before, 2 days before, half an hour before, 1 hour before, so that everyone attends the dinner or gathering that we have. Okay, so I think that's a pretty good reminder, especially because we're all adults and we forget things. It's common. So send a calendar if you want to meet your friend. Okay, so scheduling emails. Okay, scheduling emails, all right, this is something that I use more than I actually expect. Okay, because sometimes you are working on, replying an email, but you may not want it to be sent out at that specific time, or maybe you want to be sent out tomorrow morning, or maybe at a specific time, basically. So with the new Outlook 2024 for Mac specifically, you can actually schedule when you want your emails to be delivered. So instead of directly clicking the send, you click the arrow, drop down, schedule send. All right, so you can schedule when you want your emails to be delivered. Okay, select your time, select your date, and everything is there. Okay, then moving on, this is also specifically for Mac, focusing on your inbox in terms of, there's a focused inbox and the others. So focused, of course, will have your most important emails, all right, and all of the emails that are flagged and everything will be there. And then there's the others tab. Okay, so you don't have all your emails, jumbled together in, one list. All right. And lastly, here for Outlook for Mac, all right, you have the undo send and also delay email message. Okay, so undo send is basically where you have the ability to unsend your email. Okay, so it's the undo send command to cancel the email. All right, just in case once you click send and you're like, oh crap, I shouldn't have wrote that. Or, I forgot to write something else. I forgot to attach this. I attached the wrong file. Anything could happen. Okay, human error. So, undo send. Okay, and then next is delaying your email messages. So, you can now delay the delivery of an individual message. All right, so delaying them would just be, having them held in the outbox for a specific time after you click send. Okay, so there's that option. Similar to scheduling your email, but slightly different. This one would be delaying your email messages. Okay, so let's do a little feature comparison. Of course, because you're wondering, why should I get the new Office 2024 if I have an older version? Maybe you're using 2021 or something even older. Definitely the newer versions would have their new updates. All right, so you can see 2024 would have faster performance, especially when you have multiple apps open. So if you are a multitasker and you are consistently, jumping between apps to get your work done, with Office 2024, it's actually a lot faster. You would have reduced slowness and freezing. Okay, so in terms of performance, you also have the improved search in Outlook. So the search bar in Outlook will not only allow you to search your emails, but also search in between the messages, search in between contacts if you're looking for your contacts, etc. Okay, so everything would be in the search bar in Outlook. Okay, and also Outlook for Mac, you also have these swipe gestures. Okay, so now what about creating content? So creating content, there's actually a lot more newer features in Office 2024 versus Office 2021. As you can see, with 2021, it's actually pretty good features already. We have ink effects, we have output options, we have the ink and search in Outlook, and a lot more stickers. Okay, that's one of my favorite as well. But with the 2024 version, you have so much more. For example, the updated accessibility ribbon in your Outlook and Excel. You will also be able to see accessibility ribbon in your Word and PowerPoint. You will also see Cameo in PowerPoint. You can also record your presentation in PowerPoint. Okay, you can also have your closed captions and many, many more. Okay, so in summary, all right, with the key takeaways, home and business, all right, both is a one-time purchase product. It's not a subscription. Okay, and we know that all of our perpetual customers, you want familiarity, you want basic productivity apps for personal or for business use. Okay, if it's personal use, then go for Office Home. If you're using it for business and you need Outlook, go for Home and Business. All right, and if you're someone who only needs Office apps, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, all right, this is something to consider because it's a one time purchase. This is not a subscription. So you just purchase this, you activate it with the code. All right. So you activate it and then you can use it on your PC or your Mac. And you only need to install it once. Okay. So once you have it activated, installed, you're good to go. So long you have your Microsoft account, you're logged in, activated, good to go. Okay, so with the okay, I hide myself a bit because it's blocking the details on the bottom. Okay, so Office 2024 gives customers the abilities to create, to track, and you'll have updated performance. So with Create, you can produce better documents, better presentations, and emails with all of the new improved features. All right, it's also easier to track and organize with the new tools, and it's faster performance with search improvements and more control. Okay, so basically, if you haven't yet, purchased your Office Home, all right, and you're considering, then now's the time to get the 2024 version. All right, if you have the 2021 and you feel it's already sufficient, all right, by all means stay with it. Okay, but if you feel like you really want the newer features because the new features are actually more it's something that you will use, okay, then go for 2024 version. All right, unfortunately there is no free upgrade if you're using 2021, but you can go check it out. All right, go to your nearest retailer, check out the Office Home 2024. Okay, so if you're interested for Microsoft 365, that's the subscription. That would be something different. Okay, I'm not going to share about Microsoft 365 in this session because I don't want to take the spotlight off from Office 2024. Okay, so maybe I'll catch you guys, in another session for Microsoft 365, and I'll also be sharing some updates in our YouTube. All right, don't forget to check out the YouTube channel. All right, it's just Oh crap, I forgot my YouTube name. Expert Zone Malaysia. Ha, ha. Okay, I get confused, to be honest. I get confused sometimes between Microsoft Expert Zone and then Expert Zone and our country. But you do realize if because our team, all right, we are in we have different separated by different countries. So we have Expert Zone Malaysia, right? And then for example, my um, colleague in Singapore, Devar, he's going to be handling Expert Zone Singapore, for example. Okay, so if you're interested to check out our content, go to YouTube, go check out and search Expert Zone Malaysia, and we will have videos uploaded there, okay, updated there. But of course, you're on Facebook now. This is our Facebook page for Expert Zone. Okay, and this is where you will be able to see updates and information all about Microsoft. If you have any questions, you can drop a comment, you can inbox us, and we will try our best to assist. Okay, so that's all. I will see you guys again. Thank you very much for joining the live stream. I hope you guys have learned something. I hope you guys have a wonderful session. All right. I hope it was fruitful enough, and hopefully it was something that could give you a little bit of thought in wondering, should I get Office Home 2024 or not? Okay, so that's all. I'll catch you again and see you guys soon. Bye bye.